Hello everybody and welcome back to another review. This is also another ARC review. So the ARC for today is one that I ended up winning on a first reads giveaway on Goodreads, so I was pretty excited to get it and actually came to me really fast. And that book is Bellweather Rhapsody by Raccuglia. I really hope I said that last name right. This book sparked my interest because it was pitched as The Shining meets Agatha Christie involving music. What I didn't realize was that the music element, as it says on the back, is Glee, and they were very much referencing the television show, not necessarily a Glee club. For those of you who don't know me that well, I'm not a fan of the show Glee. I actually really don't like it. A lot of my problems with Bellweather Rhapsody come from the fact that I don't like Glee, and a lot of problems I see with Glee I see in Bellweather Rhapsody. The story primarily takes place in 1997 at a place called the Bellweather Hotel, and we learn in the prologue that 15 years prior there had been a very grisly murder-suicide in one of the rooms, and now we flash forward 15 years and there's this music festival going on. We followed a brother and sister team by the name of Rabbit and Alice. Yes, Lewis Carroll jokes are made, and they are both there for different reasons. Rabbit is a bassoon player. He is also a closeted homosexual, and we have Alice, who's sort of the diva soprano Broadway actress. She wants to be the star kind of thing, and they're here for this elite music festival, and lo and behold, Alice is rooming with this prodigy flautist. I mean, everybody knows she's been playing with, professional institutions since she was very young. Alice walks in on the girl having been strung up by a orange-like cable, and then runs to get help, comes back, and the body is gone. And there's just a note that says, well, now I have her, forever or something. And so lo and behold, you dive into this mystery. So this is where we get the Agatha Christie and The Shining elements. The Shining definitely plays a big role into this book. It's referenced a lot of times. The idea of this taking place in a creepy hotel with a violent past is played upon, and the idea of ghosts sort of haunting the place is sort of teased, but not as much as it really could have been. And then the element of Agatha Christie is you have a murder mystery. What I actually liked about this was more the aspects of The Shining and sort of the music culture that went on. I played flute in some form of a school ensemble for something like 14 years, and I still play it when I feel like it for fun. I sang in musical ensembles since I was, 7 or 8. So there's elements of the musical culture that I really enjoy. And like I said, I love the fact that the prodigy was a flautist because that's what I played, and so I'm very partial. There's parts of it where they make jokes and the way people interact with each other that I completely understand and can empathize with. However, the real problem is characters. These characters aren't very complex, and actually the one who I'm going to point to most is Rabbit, which was really disappointing. Having just come off of reading Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, which dealt with homosexuality, especially among teenage boys in a time where they're not too sure about it, or in an environment where it's, maybe not so woot about it. Having seen it done so well in that book, this is completely different. It's on one you have this beautiful, subtle, gorgeous piece of artwork, and in this it's like someone shot paintball at a canvas. It's about as subtle as a fucking Mack truck. And I was sitting there going, oh my god. Ms. Raccuglia would devote all this time to rabbits in her head where it's like, by the way, I'm gay. By the way, I'm gay. By the way, I'm gay. And I'm like, I don't care. I really don't. Here's the thing. And I'm not trying to sound like I hate him because he's gay. I was like, I just told you I read Aristotle and Dante. Dante is a very open homosexual for most of that book, and I love Dante. He's one of my favorites, and my favorite characters in books have ended up being gay. I don't care if Rabbit was gay, straight, bi, trans. I don't care. But the fact that he was hung up on it in a way that felt so contrived, that's what pissed me off. It didn't feel real. It felt fake. He felt like this cookie cutout of someone's idea of what that's like. And I'm going, really? I mean, really, we're gonna devote time to this. We're gonna devote a lot of time to this in a way that's not very, subtle or well done, honestly. It was really frustrating. The mystery part of it was okay. I felt the ending kind of came out of nowhere in terms of, who did it and what happened to the flautist and her body. It really felt like it came out of nowhere. There was no hints left throughout the story. There was nothing left for you to be like, oh, Why didn't I catch that? Because that was the thing about Agatha Christie. Even though I oftentimes would have trouble figuring out who did it, once Poirot or Miss Marple explained everything, you'd realise all the clues had been there right from the very on, and that you just hadn't caught them. There's no clues left in here for you to pick up on, and that's annoying. You have to leave something for us. And the best mystery and thriller writers do that. Even if they lead you down one path only to 180 it and be like, actually it was this guy, you followed the red herring. There's nothing in here that gives me that. So when I finished this, I was sort of left not very satisfied. I just went, oh, okay, that's it. It was almost like there was an entire chapter missing in here somewhere, and I don't know where it would be. Frankly, I wish more time had been spent really developing the characters and developing their inner voices and making them people who were worth following. Again, I think most of this has to do with the fact that I despise the show Glee. Everything that I didn't like about this was because it reminded me so much of Glee, and I was just like, oh my, this is why I don't watch that show. This is why I don't watch that show. It's a soap opera that's wildly contrived. And that was the problems I had with Bellweather Rhapsody, which is unfortunate because had it not been for that aspect and the whole, you know, you need to leave clues to your mystery throughout it, I might have ended up really enjoying this book. So as it stands, I gave it a 2.5 out of 5. It looks like a 3 out of 5 on Goodreads because I'm generous, and I, in this case, rounded up because there were things that I enjoyed about it. I think if you're a fan of the show Glee, you'll probably really like Bellweather Rhapsody, and that's why I didn't like it. But that's all from me today, you guys. So until next time, cheers.